Do you feel the vibes?
What's up, YouTube? It's Carolina Calvin coming back to you with another video, and welcome to my NFL 2017 Week 5 picks. Week 4, I went 10-6. Definitely a better week coming off the horrendous 8-8 on Week 3. But I start up this week with a Thursday night game. Of course, I always pick that on Twitter. The game between the New England Patriots and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The New England Patriots ended up getting the win, and I picked them before the game. So I'm starting this week 1-0. Starting with the games, Buffalo heads to Cincinnati. I like the Buffalo defense. The only loss they have came against the Panthers. They've beaten Denver. They've beaten the Falcons, so they have some quality wins on their record. I like Buffalo to beat Cincinnati. Cincinnati's had trouble with the offensive line, unable to establish a run. And they're a team that really, Andy Dalton excels off that play action where, the run game can be established. Without an established run game, you can't really do any play action. And I think that Buffalo defense is playing well enough to really slow down the run. So I'm going to take Buffalo to win in this away game. Next game, New York Jets head to Cleveland, play the Browns. The Browns looked really bad against a struggling Cincinnati team. I like the Jets. I don't really trust the Jets that much, but at least they proved that they can win, some close games. They can keep games close. Yeah, I'm going to stick with them. Next game, the Carolina Panthers head to Detroit to play the Lions. This is a big game. This is, Panthers schedule. You started with the Patriots and starting to get tough. Next week they have the Eagles on a Thursday night game, so they have a short week, and this is against a tough Detroit team. Stafford's a guy who, he can make some big plays. Didn't play too well last week, but he can make some big plays. And that defense is underrated. Darius Slay, top 10 corner. A lot of people don't know that, but that Detroit team, opportunistic. They get turnovers, and he's had some issues with just chucking the ball down the field. You can't really do that against these guys who get these picks. But I think the Panthers offense is starting to turn around. Hopefully they can carry over what they did against the Patriots into this one. That Detroit defense is tougher. But I'm going to take the Panthers in this one. Next game, San Francisco 49ers head to Indianapolis, play the Colts. Jacoby Brissett is terrible. They kept that game close against the Seahawks. I think a lot of that was the Seahawks offensive line is garbage, and the Colts were able to get some pressure on Russell Wilson. But once the game went on, Jacoby Brissett didn't help. He threw a pick six. I like the 49ers. I don't really trust Brian Hoyer per se, but I trust him more than Jacoby Brissett. Let's just say that. I trust him more than Jacoby Brissett. And Jacoby Brissett has more weapons. T.Y. Hilton's a big-time receiver. He's just not that good of a quarterback. So I'm going to go with the Niners here. Next game, Tennessee Titans coming off. They got destroyed against the Texans. Mariota got hurt, so he's not gonna be the guy playing. But to me, I didn't think it really mattered who played in terms of the quarterback, because they're a run first team, and now they face the Miami Dolphins. Of course, this is in Miami. I think I'll pick Tennessee, man. Ugh. I'll pick Tennessee. I was never big on Mariota in the first place. I thought it was that run game. It was Henry. It was DeMarco Murray. That's what they wanted to establish first. And the game got out of hand in Houston. Can't establish a run when the team's up. The team you're playing against up 3-4 touchdowns. But I like Tennessee against Miami. Next game, the battle of the winless. Los Angeles Chargers head to New York to play the Giants. Both teams have come off they've had some really bad losses this year. Not necessarily getting beat down, but losing some close games. The Giants, they lost to Philly on a 61-yard field goal. They lost last week to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on a field goal. It was about 50-something yards, I believe. And the Chargers, another team, they find ways to lose games. I'm going to stick with the Giants. I think the offense is starting to get better. They were able to put up points against the Eagles. They were able to put up points against Tampa Bay. And the defense can go out there and make plays, unlike the Chargers, whose defense sucks outside of Joey Bosa. I like the Giants in this one to get that first win. Next game, the Arizona Cardinals head to Philadelphia to play the Eagles. Those Arizona receivers have been making some incredible catches, honestly making Carson Palmer look a lot better because he's had some really inaccurate throws where these receivers have to really lay out to get the ball. I mean, you saw the Fitzgerald still getting it done at his age. But Philly, they're having problems with their tackles. You go back a few years, they had two of the worst tackles in football. Not necessarily that bad, but it's definitely been going downhill in terms of offensive line play for that team. I like the Eagles. Eagles offensive line has played good. The running game has actually been pretty good. And Carson Wentz is having a good year. Combined with the underrated defense, I like the Eagles in this one. Next game, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Head to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers. Steelers offense is starting to get other guys involved. Le'Veon Bell starting to kind of get into the game because he didn't look like he was in football shape early on in the season, but I think he's really starting to get in that football shape. Jacksonville, Blake Bortles, I talk about this guy every week. He's a bum. He can easily he's easily the difference maker on that team in terms of them winning and losing. He game manages. He has a decent game, no turnovers. They can win just because that defense is playing good. But then he'll have a game. He'll throw 3 picks. One will be a pick 6. He'll cost the team a game. They haven't. I like Leonard Fournette, but they haven't really helped him out. The offensive line hasn't played as well, so he doesn't have those running lanes. And teams are gonna stack the box because they're not afraid of Blake Bortles in the pocket. So they're gonna stack the box against Leonard Fournette. I like the Steelers in this one. Next game, the Baltimore Ravens head to Oakland to play the Raiders. Joe Flacco had 28 yards passing in a game. Say no more. Give me the Oakland Raiders. I don't care. EJ Manuel playing. I don't care. Give me the Oakland Raiders. Next game, Seattle Seahawks head to Los Angeles to play the Rams. This Rams team is good. Jared Goff is playing good. The offensive line is playing better. Todd Gurley has been a beast this season. Cooper Kupp has played well. I know the name's weird, but the guy's played really good this year. You add in the Sammy Watkins. You add in the defense that's played well. Not as good as coming into the season, but I think they've played well, and they definitely have the talent. I like the Rams to beat them. Seattle has issues with the offensive line, and if they didn't have a running quarterback, a lot of these games they wouldn't be winning. But I like the Rams in this one. They always played the Seahawks stuff, even when the Seahawks had a better offensive line. The last of the 4 o'clock games, the Green Bay Packers head to Dallas to play the Cowboys. Dallas defense hasn't played well. Green Bay's defense hasn't really played well either. This is tough. I think I'm going to go with Dallas. I'm going to go with Dallas because the best way to stop or slow down a good quarterback is to keep him off the field. And I feel as though Dallas, with their ability to run the ball, although the offensive line has been a disappointment this year, I think they can run the ball against this Green Bay defense. So I'm going to take Dallas. I think they control the clock and really control the game. As long as the defense plays solid and they can get off the field every now and then, I think Dallas can beat them. So I'm going to go with Dallas at home. Next game, Kansas City Chiefs. Well, this is a Sunday night game. Kansas City Chiefs had Houston play the Texans. Sean Watson was great. Offensive line's not good, but the guy was a beast last week. He's been out there making plays. The defense is good. When you got Jadeveon Clowney, you got J.J. Watt up there on your defensive line. You guys are going to go out there and make plays. So this is a good matchup. I like Kansas City. I think the running game, Kareem Hunt has been great this year. Alex Smith has played well. The defense, they've had some injuries. The big one was Eric Berry at the beginning of the season, which is going to come back to haunt them when, come playoff time. But I like Kansas City in this game to win on the road. The Monday night game, the Minnesota Vikings head to Chicago to play the Bears. Okay. I like Thielen. I like Diggs for Minnesota. Problem is, if it was Sam Bradford, I trust him a little bit more because he is an accurate ball. He's an accurate ball thrower. Don't trust Case Keenum, but I like that Minnesota defense against Mike Glennon. So I'm gonna take the Vikings. Mike Glennon is wait. Mitch Trubisky is playing. I'll still take the Vikings. They just don't have the talent around them to really help out Trubisky. But I hope he does have a really good game. And before I end the video, here are the teams with buys. Atlanta Falcons, Denver Broncos, New Orleans Saints, and the Washington Redskins. But that pretty much does it for this video. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. What's your game of the week? Of course, if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Thanks for watching.